Oh, yeah. It's the show that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Welcome, Bizak. Fastest freaking show in MLB, absolutely anywhere. With your homeboy. It's your freaking boy, yo. Big Johnny Stud, good morning, everybody. Follow me up on Twitter at JOHNLAGHEZZA Flow, sharper than a damn razor, same handle over on Substack, where $2 a week gets you 5 pounds of shit in a 2-pound box. We are burning the candle on both ends. Fresh re-rack of all the football stuff. Yesterday, with a draft stream, just talking through things. Those Underdog and DraftKings ranks are color-coded and uploadable, and they're fantastic. With the data set, just like baseball, if you know, you know. That's now up over 8 fucking percent ROI. Ura. You know what I'm saying? Let's do the fucking thing. Feels really, really good, right? This is exactly what we were talking about. Hat tip to the fucking Claude bot. Helped me do a lot of the back end math, right? We made those couple adjustments during the combine, not getting beat up. This has been just the best for me. Even if it meant a little bit of a roadblock, hurdle in the beginning, right? That's what it's all about. Kind of getting over that shit, yo. Full slate today. It's all at night. These are my favorite fucking days, except the show ends up taking forever. I'm going to try not to have to rush through the end, so let me shut the fuck up. Let's go, yo. It's the best part of waking up. Pitching sheets up in the mug. I don't know how you do this shit without these sheets, yo. $2 a week, baby. Baby. Thanks to all the new subs jumping on, make me a bestseller over on Substack. I assure you, I'm working the arse off for you. Okay, let's get it. Logan Gilbert on the butt. My boy is only minus 122 against Trevor Rogers and the Orioles. They're 101 at the crib. I should be starting with the Algo board working back. I will get to the hitter bases later. StatCast was delayed. The split data is not up yet. The year-to-date, all the whole, right, non-split data is all correct. 30, 14, 7, all that stuff is up to date. The split stuff is 1 day behind. I'll get it in a little bit. Pitcher Ks, all that stuff is up. All the rest of the shit is up. Though, you'll notice one thing. I'm actually blocking it with my fat freaking face before we get started. We added a new emoji to the family. Everybody say hello. And it's from yesterday. I had to take a massive L for love. Massive fucking L. Again, I've been very clear about wind and how much I hate it. These crazy ballparks and how they'd react in the wind. And if it was like the heat. So I added a sun emoji when we're getting wind plus 85 and over. Man, I'm sorry if anybody went under that Milwaukee game. Well, at least you got your answer pretty fucking early. But this is what the emojis are for. I modeled it. I put for the wind. Well, if you accounted for the heat, maybe you went over the hurdle, but geez, I did. So now that's your double count. You'll also see some cartoonish numbers. That's why I hate this stuff. It's ridiculous. I hate having to manually goose the model, but unfortunately that's part of it. All right, back to the games. Gilbert, we wouldn't have believed this line early on. Well, maybe because Rogers we thought would be really good. He's been really bad. Gilbert not as bad. I think the public is getting cold on him a little bit. The home run shit has been a little out of character. I'm not necessarily buying it. I think Gilbert is fine. He's been one of the best road pitchers in the game. He's a sub-1 ERA on the road, sub-1 whip, 309 Sierra, 24 KBB last 30. You want to get with Gilbert. It's Rogers, the guy from last year, that I'm worried maybe is a little fugazi. Been a little bit out of whack. He's commanded the zone, but that's about it. Even with a little bit of bad luck baked in, it's still been pretty rough for Gilbert. Saving grace would have to be Seattle just refusing to hit lefties. Last 300 plate appearances versus Southpaw is batting .219 with a .284 slug, sub .580 OPS, and just all the worst underpinning disciplinary and power metrics you could ask for. Baltimore offense is definitely on the come up. They've kicked the crap out of righties, and I guess that's a reason for the season when it comes to the line. But Seattle's got the pen also, so we're purely relying on offense here. Wind blowing out, by the way. Also, Seattle has the emoji. Man, and it's really bad. Going to be hard to back. Seattle full game today. Munoz back-to-back. Brash 2 of 3. Ferrer 2 of 3. Sorry, this was rushed or poorly imported. Bizzardo back-to-back 3 of 4. Spire 2 of 3. Crisbo back-to-back. I mean, I don't know where they're going to go. Going to be hard to find a lot of critical outs, especially if, they get to Gilbert early. Again, that Baltimore offense has done everything. Being patient, taking walks, not swing and miss. Much as I want to back Gilbert, man, and the price is calling me, minus 122. Shit, I don't have an F5 outlet up. I was curious what that might look like. It's the same minus 120. I gotta go with the gut and the model play. But man, I'm worried a little bit. But I think it's Gilbert for 5 innings, looking to shove and get on to Rogers. Hold on, sorry, I think I can give you one more shot of love there. Okay, back on track, and away we go. Eric Lauer on the bump for the Trolley Dodgers, minus 110 both ways against the Buccos, and Paulie Skeens on the bump for Pittsburgh. Man, minus 110 for Paulie Skeens. I know it's against the Dodgers, but you're also getting Eric Lauer on the other side. Dodgers pen is pitched really well, and I guess if Lauer puts it together, maybe I'd be worried about the full game. Damn, I'm already smelling. I'm going to need some F5 lines. Give me 1 second, man. Right, how do we know? Do we even have to break down the pitching in this one? Skeens has been phenomenal. He does everything you could ask for. Sub-1 ERA on the season. Sub-1 whip on the season, excuse me. The ERA down at 309 after that first game blow-up. Or every single indicator is below 3. There are very few pitchers that can do that. 25 KBB, 35 ball, command control, in-zone wins, plus inducing chases, keeping it down. Hard to get a hold of, right? Hard to get a ticket when Funkmaster Flex is in the fucking building. This is just like really overdoing the Dodger love, if you ask me. Yes, the Dodgers are good. And yes, the Dodgers hit. Pittsburgh hits. You know what I mean? This isn't like a hopeless Pittsburgh offense, right? So this isn't one of those classic Big John rake steps where I'm like, all right, we're going to have just enough pitching. No, we have the pitching and we may not have the hitting edge. But Pittsburgh definitely hits. I guess the lefty splits are definitely weaker, but you get a lot of, pulled hard hit balls, which we like. They've struck out, but that's not really Lauer's game. I mean, Lauer's has been just objectively terrible. 5.74 ERA, 1.40 whip. Expected ERA and Sierra both north of 5.25. Single-digit KBB, single-digit swing and strike, 22 CSW. These are all the attack metrics that we generally like to go out. Dodgers bullpen's actually been kind of whack lately. 7.23 ERA last 37 innings, but you could see the underpinning stuff is still pretty good. It's just been really home runs. Where I think Pittsburgh I think they win. I like the F5. I like the full game. While I was filibustering, I got the prices going. That 110 moves to minus 134. I'd probably just go for Pittsburgh to win. This whole Dodgers invincibility narrative it's overblown for me. So I'm going to default to Paul Skeens minus 110 equals good. Everybody up in the comments, I appreciate you so much. Jay Bird, of course, Jeff L, and Trent, good morning to you too. Brian E and Sam, B Rose, baby. Jambadamia, the man says, this is the show right here.
Bartend! What is your profession?
You know it, player. Appreciate you just so darn much. Looks like he hit a big one. Good for you, Jim. Mark Jordan, Jay Main, everybody up in here. Caleb, good to see everybody, man. Loving this shit. Caleb, morning, everyone. Parlay yesterday because of the short slate. Yankees underkilled it. Oh! Yeah, that's Killer Adonis up in the bitch. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, we were hot to trot yesterday. We were out of the box. First 3. We hit the first fucking 3. And then it went south. Man, Jordan Alvarez comes... Oh, this sucked. We were 1 HRR away from hitting a plus 235. Jordan comes up 1 out, man on third. Jordan Alvarez, they intentionally walked him in the fucking 5th. What? No! Oh, that sucked. He got another chance late in the game, struck out a few times. He's still great. Oh, one more thing. Shout everyone. The figures are crossing me today. I've been playing those hit survivor pools on Splash Sports. The new one starts this week. $20. They've been at least like 15 or 20K up top. They're generally like 1,100 or 1,200 people inside the top 100. This is going from last week, so this is like day 7 or day 8. You know, hopefully, I would love to bring one home for the fucking team. We'll do a massive giveaway, you know, to a show listener if I can bring home the fucking bacon on that one. Next up, Peyton Toll. Got to pay the troll toll if you want to get into this boy's hole. Red Sox on the road, -110 basically both ways against the flat fucking fish of Florida and Nick Martinez in the naughty jungle of love. Man, 2 of my guys this year. I caught a lot of flack for the Martinez love preseason, getting pegged by the Rays as somebody that they liked. They've gotten the production. It's a lot less believable. But again, it's the things that of all the unbelievable things, it's the most believable of the unbelievable. Because he's fucking filling the zone. When you get ahead, right? When you get ahead and you throw strikes, good things happen. So yes, when you see the indicators, they're a bit scary. This is why Claude likes Martinez more than everybody else. Getting ahead, controlling the zone. Getting ahead, controlling the zone. He's also been good with the power stuff. You know, he's hard to barrel, hard to take out. So I think I like a lot of the pitching here today. Toll's just been my guy. He's really good, and I think it's getting even better. Elite command control, swing and miss, in-zone stuff. Just everything that you like to see. Rays versus lefties has been terrible all year. The disciplinary stuff is really strong, but this is something that we've covered that, again, you're not going to get with the Filter Queen. Passivity, right, can be a bad thing. Right, so being passive, if you don't take the stick off your shoulder, yeah, like swing strike rates are going to drop, and chase rates are going to drop. You know, these disciplinary metrics we see as skill-based are going to move, so they can be manipulated by your level of aggression. You need to see that next level to get anything from it. And again, they've hit for average, but, right, big shaking ass time. The BABIP is through the roof. They've done nothing with it. You know, no lift, no power, no barrels, no nothing. And that's reflected in the X stats. So the Rays offense versus lefties is pretty whack. I'd be surprised if they get anything done. Red Sox offense feels like they've been getting up off the mat lately. Oh, yes! We kind of called that a couple weeks ago. Now, it's not been as strong as I'd hoped. But I think their ceiling is capped with talent. You know, they're missing guys. Duran's been really impressive. But the Red Sox are starting to hit a little bit. The L7 is really what's been dragging it down, right? We kind of hit the up wave, and it kind of plateaued before we got to the top. I think that's the best way to describe it. And I'm not ready to bail on the Sox as bad as the L7 is. Remember, we're not always just flushing after L7. Pulled fly balls we like. You know, the strikeouts are in check. The rest is starting to shake. We're ready to get out. So maybe I have questions about both offenses. Shit, I was hoping to get a U4.5. We're not going to get it. Yeah, and the U4 is juiced. So all that, I think this one comes down to the bullpen. You'd have to trust Tampa to get outs, which they haven't done. So I think, though, it's going to be close. I think I like Boston to win this one. That'd be my pick. I saw like a Boston -1. And that'd be my play. You know, where, you know, you tell me we're getting Skeens at -109, and we're getting fucking Toll at -110. I'm getting exposure to a lot of my favorite pitchers, you know, in, you know, decent enough spots. Again, the price kind of bakes the rest of that. You got to roll with it. You know what I mean? This is fucking betting MLB. There are no guarantees. And if you think a -220 is more of a guarantee on Skeens, I'd rather just take a blind in any situation at -110. That's just, you know, how to do the thing. Next up, Taj Mahal Bradley on the bump for the Twinks. They're on the road as -108 dogs down in Detroit Rock City to face Troy Melton and the Tigres. Wind blowing in at 8 Mile. Totals down at 4 and 8. I think we may have jumped the shark on Bradley here, and I like Melton. He's not necessarily one of my guys, but I do like Melton. He's really performed, and I think he's at the point where he's overperformed. right? We liked him and he hit for us, and winning bets makes us happy. Except the fact of the matter is, there is a point, 174 ERA, .87 whip, not really going to hold. He's not striking anybody out. Sub 4 KBB, sub 8 swing and strike, 22 CSW, 52 swing and strike, right? Not getting ahead, not commanding the zone. You know, he's been, and that's he's been lucky, but he's got hit hard without barrels, and that's when I have like the eyeball up. Also, the 4% homer fly ball, shit's probably going to correct. Jay Made, tell me why Skiing's not a fade today. I ain't scared. I faded his ass last game. I'll tell you what, though, to me, that I like great pitchers even more in that spot, to be honest, not to back it up. But I love to see the interactions in the chat, and I saw a couple of laugh emojis. He just gave up 3, but to me, Skeen's giving up 3. Man, he's given up 3 in 3 of the last 4. I guess call me stubborn. Troy Ice Melton. Okay, I'm with that. How did I not even get that right away, man? Shame on me. Let's go. Yeah, I think that's what's happening today. I think we're going to get some Ice Melton. Yeah, I think the misprice is Bradley. I think the Twins bullpen, we see this happen a lot. Some bullpens are so bad, and the Twins bullpen is that. I know, listen, Detroit, you got to be careful with these. The last 2 weeks ERA alone, that's why I have some other stuff up. You know, when they're not walking batters and you're keeping the ball down, that kind of shit helps a lot. Where the Twins have been bad all season, right? Bullpens, I like to look more at it. I look at the new stuff to see if there's been a change or maybe an injury or like, you know, a swap in utilization. Twins bullpen, very hard to back. Not that you love Detroit, but I do think they're better than the fucking Twins. So I think that weakness in the Twins bullpen really kind of pushes the ML, which it should. But I think the ML is mathematically attached to the F5, and I don't think we always see that kind of proportional movement. Again, you're not going to get this almost fucking anywhere. So I think I like Bradley on the F5. You're getting plus 106. It comes down to the offenses, and you have to look in the mirror and say, am I afraid of the Twins, of the Tigers offense? You could point right back in my fat face and ask me if I'm afraid of the Twins. The answer is probably no, but at least they get a lot of extra base hits, I guess. Like, you know, you get a lot of line drives and you get a lot of doubles. I mean, L7 is hard to find anything there either. Tigers have been significantly better. I guess if it's really that close of a tie, you know, and I'm being objective. I'm just, even if I'm exposing my own biases, I'm very open about not loving L7, but I do think it's something. But I'm still just not afraid. I'm afraid for the first time in my life. I'm afraid. So give me Twins F5. I don't have the biggest confidence, except for, man, the pitching stuff just really feels a little bit off to me. Next up, Zach Gallen's on the road for the Snakes with shapes on their back. They're 108 dogs down in Miami to face Max Meyer and the mighty Marlins of Miami. How could you fucking fade that level of alliteration? Let's fucking go. All kidding aside, this is a very weird price to me. I don't understand it at all. Minus 130 for Meyer. This is like our guy. Take a look at Gallen. 5.3 ERA, 1.5 whip. Meyer 281/105. Gallen, his indicators are averaging over 5. Meyer is at like 3. I mean, Meyer is just, it's not even close. He has more than double the KBB, almost double the swinging strike, 4 points of CSW. I mean, Gallen is literally throwing batting practice here. Now, granted, you could pitch me, he's been a little bit unlucky. 319 BABIP, 67 left on base. And while that'd be true, 91 zone contact, 50 hard hit, double-digit barrel. I mean, go cry me a fucking river. You know what I'm saying? There is a certain point where you make your own luck. Gallen's just been, I mean, terrible versus lefties and terrible versus righties. We saw this happen last year also. Maybe he's a warm weather pitcher. I know it's starting to get warm. But he's got a 7.6 ERA on the road. Opposite of the road warrior, Hawk and Animal just peeling off the face paint. Where Meyer's been incredible at the crib. Pull up. Garbage is out, the lawn is mowed. Max Meyer kind of doing the thing. Arizona's offense, though I like them talent-wise, they've been anus lately. Total donkey balls. 370 plate appearances versus righties last 2 weeks. They're batting .204 with a .280 slug, .554 OPS. Stop me when you see something you like. I know the Marlins offense has not been much better, but at least they're taking walks and making like a little bit of contact. I mean, I guess the power for the Marlins has been ass also. I didn't realize just how bad they were. Real race to the bottom as far as the lineups go in this one. I kind of had it in my mind that Stowers had returned, and I thought they were hitting a little bit. Excuse me, this is the Marlins, I mean. And it's not really reflecting in the sheets, which is why, even for somebody that stares at this shit every day, this is why I have our friend, right? This is why I have our friend. This is why the data is so important, to have it, everything just fresh all the time. Again, for the record, if the L7 didn't update, I would erase the old one, right? Everyone sees all the bright colors. Those are set for percentiles. And the reason why you don't use L7 reliably is because they change so much on a per-day basis. They're completely unreliable. It's just a data point for trend indication. That's it. But if you ever check out the sheet and they're blank, although I don't think that's ever happened for fucking Fangraphs. I hope I didn't put the fucking Maloikia on it, but yeah, the totals, like I said, are up. So you got to give me Meyer. Arizona bullpen, which came out of the box really hot, that I was never like buying. I don't think it's as good as the Marlins bullpen. I think the Marlins, even though like the last 2 weeks again, have been a little fishy, but probably better than Arizona. And I think we want all the innings because I want that 6th inning from Gallen, right? We want when he fucking finally falls apart. Plus, I'd imagine we're going to get a better price on the full game than the F5. I see a -132. So for Meyer, kind of my guy, I'm, kind of about it. Next up, my boy Garrett Cole in the bump for the Yankees. Called that one yesterday. Didn't have the C.O. Jones to pull the trigger on the Eva Empire for the win. But I told you that price was, we had to jump the shark with the Yankees and Judge. And now it feels like we've swung back a little bit, but probably not enough. Why is Garrett Cole just a -135 to Slade Ciccone? It's moved to -140. You probably find that somewhere. And I don't know. I have no real answer for you here. Cole looks like the ace you expected. He's been ridiculously good. And yes, the surface stats are good enough to automatically look for regression. The underpinning stuff has been excellent also. I know the swinging strikes have not been there. He's a sub-30 ball rate, 74. First strike, 37 chase. I mean, he's humming right now. A lot of the, the elevation stuff, again, for as crazy as a 56 fly ball is, an 18 infield fly is equally nuts to pair it with a 28 hard hit. So the contact stuff is always going to be the wonkiest in the smaller samples. Cole right now is humming. Ciccone is just okay, right? You're getting tons of contact. He's been unlucky with the BABIP, and he's truly been unlucky. The hard hit rates don't reflect as bad as it's been, and he does a pretty good job of keeping it down. But Ciccone does miss. He's never been known to be great, and I'm a little bit worried about him here. I'm not buying the love. He's been a little bit better at home, though not great, and a little bit better last 30, though not great. The real worry has to be the offensive side for the guards. And I know I was coming down on the Yankees yesterday, but again, significantly better than the Guardians. As far as approach and hitting plus extra base stuff, Guardians, there's just no power. It's completely non-existent. If J-Ram is not like totally hot to death, they're not going to do much of anything. So I think the Yankees offense is actually coming off of a bottom, right, from technically speaking. I think they're coming off of a bottom. Heading up, it's just not going to reach the height that it would without Aaron Judge. But again, let's be totally fair. Ben Rice, Cody Bellinger, Jazz Chisholm, these are good hitters. And if Spencer Jones is facing righties and making any kind of contact, he could be good also. The thing you didn't notice I didn't mention was Paul Goldschmidt, the fucking reclamation of, Paulie Goldschmidt is back from the dead, looking like the fucking all-star he was literally 10 full years ago. But it is what it is right now. Yankees pen is getting critical outs. So is Cleveland. I just don't think that's correct. I think that price is a little bit off, I'm going to be hunting that minus 135. I'm not 100% sure that it's out there, but that's what I'm looking for. Minus 140 is right on the edge of what I'll pay. I mean, we're on the road. We get the 9 at bats. I just think the Yankees are a smash today. Next up, Zach Wheeler on the bump for the Fighting Phils. Again, what is this today? This is like get your favorite ace at good numbers, but you also get decent offenses behind them. I want to be very careful. I know that we have, thankfully, right? There are listeners that kind of actually listen, right? Will listen and question me. How come we did this? If we said this, how come we say this? How come we're doing this? And one of the things that I've caught in my own self-auditing over the years has been exactly this. Paying slight juice, right? Minus 130 or better, but still paying juice. Where I have a pitching edge without any type of offense behind me. Classic case would be Paulie Skeens from a year or two ago. This perfect game. Skeens against the Dodgers. And, paying minus 130 or something. And I think I have the edge. And as long as I don't give up a run, well, newsflash, he gives up a run, you end up losing because you have nothing behind you. Today, we have a little bit of stick behind us. So it's not like these desperation plays. I want to be clear that I'm very aware of what's going on, and I'm like willingly kind of doing this and not forcing these at all. Phillies are the better offense in this game. Wheeler is the better pitcher. And Dylan Cease is in the return game. We very well might be betting on Cease the next time out on the predication that he's a good pitcher. So it's not he's bad. We always attack these return starts, and right now he's being priced as the same kind of ace, and I think that's a mistake. Also, I think the Phillies' offense is being viewed as shite right now, and they're kind of showing us, the Undertaker Jeff. Right, they're starting to be aggressive in pull line drives, getting tons of barrels, hitting home runs. This is what we want to see from the Phils. We also know that's where Dylan Cease has had his issues before. And that's all. That's the thing that we're worried about in these return starts. So, like, Wheeler's been legit good, return to the ace that we've always expected. Cease, who's been really good, is in the return spot, but again, I just think the pricing is off. The Blue Jays offense has hit a little bit. But if you're going to chase and not take walks, you'll have to explain to me what your attack plan is to keep Zach Wheeler from going 7 innings. Not to mention the Phillies bullpen has been fantastic, especially when you face the front end of it. One of the better pens all year, one of the better pens last 2 weeks. Blue Jays pen, listen, the Varland hit has been wonderful, but this pen is not nearly as good as it was last year, and Hoffman is a damn thrill a minute. Got some love for the Tigers. What's up, T-Vink? T.E. Vink. Adam, what's going on, man? Let's go. I hear you. You damn thief. Also, good to see everybody. Remember, an amen is
This is Sparta!
Damn right, yep. I actually love the pushback. We got some pushing back from the comment section tonight, which again is fine. Also, I like that, right? This is not like a sycophancy, right? This isn't like we're not a monolith here. And I really do always highly recommend people go check out the live comment section. There's a lot of good back and forth. I can't get to all of it. So thank you for everybody, fill in the comment section. And we're at, I think, 725 subscribers. We're making the hard charge to 1,000. That's my next milestone. And believe it or not, yesterday was the most downloaded day ever in my podcast history. Though that's it's cheating, but I did a football pod yesterday also. So, it got a little bit of a boost. But, the number is the number. And number one is number one. So, yeah, give me the Phillies today. I think we have the starter. I think we have the offense. I think we have the bullpen. And then I think we have the price. So a lot of, close wins. But also that's the answer for accepting the counters here. Right? If a game is listed at minus 110, how confident should I be? I shouldn't be that confident. It's listed minus 110 for a reason. You can have it off a couple percentage points, and those are the games that we go and attack. Like, that's what this is all about. But yeah, I feel pretty good about it. But if you're pushing against me, I shouldn't be like, I don't do that shit. Next up, Dustin May. He's been great, man. Had to take that L. Wrote about him in The Athletic. He's on the bump for the Cards. They're an underdog to Freddie Peralta and the Mets, man. Anytime Peralta is pitching with the wind blowing out, I always have an antenna up. And May's been really good, and if I'm not mistaken, the ball's been down. Let's take a little looky-loo. Now, the ERA in May is inflated, but all the indicators are there. Everything else has been really good. Really good command and control. Again, he has been very good with the elevation. He's been... I guess the ball's been hit hard, but like hard hit ground balls. I mean, he's been punished for it, right? He has the 326 BABIP, and his 64 left on base. He hasn't really gotten away with shit. Now, I thought, you know what? It's probably a last 30 thing. He came out of the box really poorly. Yeah, you can see, look at May last 30. 1 whip, 335 Sierra, and a 20 KBB. The strikeouts make this really interesting for May. Where Peralta is good, but it's not great. Why? He's just pumping that four-seamer over and over and over and over. And granted, Peralta's been good at keeping the ball in the yard, but a 3.63 ERA doesn't necessarily, compute with the 132 whip. Right on the edge of that double-digit walk rate. And again, the wind blowing out is a major worry for me. Mets definitely have the offensive edge. I'll give it, though it's also been ugly. They've hit the ball significantly harder. Cardinals starting to charge last 7. And it's funny, this is like the L7 episode. And the reason I'm interested, right, this is the thing about L7, you can't just go get it. It's a data point for trend change. And I think when you see this kind of strength, and sorry, I'm fucked up right now. My neck is killing me. These teams, right, we saw this from the Cardinals early on, is when you start to go, when the discipline is really cleaned up, and line drives are leading to doubles and steals, right? So when the zone contact, OBP, and steals are up, let's say, that's when you want to back the Cardinals in the small sets. We went through this earlier in the year. And again, this is not to brag, but this is the real overlap, right? That centerpiece of the Venn diagram between trading markets and betting baseball. And it's the wave pattern. Right, the reason why we do the combine to start the year is because of the off-season break. People want to use last year's, everybody wants to bet, I get it, but we need to establish all our new wave patterns so we can go get it. Right? This way, you're not always chasing the very best to be great and the very worst to be bad. Right? You're thinking in terms of like it being a rectangle, right? Trading rectangular patterns. But also that bakes in reversal, right? Because that's what you're looking for. Now, you want it, where's the rub is finding that gentle balance in the momentum, right? You can't ride a wave until it's moving, right? This is good advice, right? So you shouldn't be bullish on stocks below their 200 moving day average. You don't get on your board if the fucking water ain't moving. Don't look for scoring from a team that's complete ass. That's also never shown it, right? So I guess the surfing analogy would be still water on a still day, right? A reversal is still water on a day with waves, right? There are waves are coming. We just got to time it. But the still day, there are no waves. Don't look for them. And not a great analogy, but a little bit. There is a little bit there, right? So I think the Cardinals, it's low, but starting to shake, and I think we want to get on it. I think this is another good underdog spot, man. I try and, not say overdo it, but I do try and make sure that yeah, really, I'm focusing in and honing in when we're going to be chasing underdogs. Though I'm always pretty clear, I think paying juice is the best way to lose in baseball. You should have a good argument for it. And I wonder if it's really an overplay or like a team total. Quick pricing on the Red Boys. Hold on one second. Where the hell are the fucking Cardinals? Oh, here we go. 3.5 minus 115. You know what, though? I was going to cut this to F5. Mets pen has been good, and I still think they are the better offense. I'm just looking to jump on Freddie. So I think I would take the plus money. Sorry, that one took quite a while. Next up, Nasty Nate Eovaldi in the Naughty Jungle of Love. Rangers on the road. Oh, it's Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun. Please shine down on me. Eovaldi on the bump for the Rangers, minus 122, slight favorites on the road against Stevie Kolek and the Rangers again. So this is wind blowing out with near 90 or higher temperatures. I juiced the line of the totals, and then I had to juice them again because after that fucking shellacking yesterday. Whoops. Yeah, that's the one. After the shellacking yesterday, I wasn't going to let that happen again. We're in the summer months. Oh, here we go. Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh. If you have been around since last season at least, and it's not to make excuses, but we do need to provide reasons. This was a mistake for that really bad losing streak around this time of year, a little bit earlier. I made adjustments for the months and weather, and the weather lagged. It took a little bit, meaning whatever this ball thing is, for me, this is a little bit anecdotal, but it's starting to test out, it's the upper ranges of weather that really affect it. Man, I'm not mentioning right. Meaning the effective weather is like the hockey stick, right? The parabolic curve. I don't necessarily think it's parabolic, but if you look at yesterday's game, you could make the argument where they have 29 runs scored or whatever. Meaning a little bit of wind and a little bit of heat, it's it doesn't really matter. And it doesn't really matter. And then once you hit the fucking mark, it's on like fucking Donkey Kong. You know what I mean? So when you get that double-digit win to the outfield in a good spot, plus the hot weather, it's whoosh, you skip first and second gear, you go right to fucking third. So that's kind of the thing here. Both of these guys have pitched really well. I generally look to back Eovaldi as a pitcher, right? All the great underpinning stuff. Kolak has pitched really well. The underpinning stuff, okay, again, we were fading him with worry. But I still think he's been really good. I struggle here because I don't really believe in the offenses. And I like the pitching way better than the price and way better than the total. So even though I know I kind of made this newfound adjustment, I'm out on these crazy weather games. I'm just out. I can't do it. Rangers offense versus righties has been awful. Funny, I thought they have been great. Even the last 7 has been great. So again, I'm just making shit up again. Rangers L7 as bad as it gets, batting .224, 601 OPS, sub 100 ISO, too many ground balls, sub 5 barrel. Royals not much better, batting .218, 615 OPS. Just terrible pull, not enough line drives, 304 xWOBA. The Texas bullpen has been good, and the Royals has been ass. So as I talk through it, the thing I feel the most confident about, given all the circumstances, would be Texas to score. Right? Because even in the weather, I still have a hard time being Eovaldi is going to get destroyed. I struggle with that. And if you're the weather guy, you should tell me shut up and you should go get it. You know what I mean? I've got now, right, having explained it, that I run the model neutral. Well, adjusted neutral, right? Because I have ballpark scores and weather scores. But that I juiced it for the wind, I juiced it for the sun. right? We're there. I still kind of struggle with the Evaldi thing. You know, I've got KC at just 4.5. Those team totals are probably ridiculous. They're actually not. Wait, again, totals are so weird sometimes. I saw 9.5 earlier on today, unless that's moved. No, it's not. Not only is it 9.5, it's 9.5. It's like a hard 9.5, or at least what I see. The totals are both 4.5. The Rangers are minus 125. The Royals are plus 105. Just seems really weird to me that we wouldn't have at least one juiced. Like one, I think we have two juiced 4.5, let alone one juiced 4.5. So I think I might actually bet that one. And maybe give me the Rangers with the team total. You know, plus we get the 9th frame. And we get the backdoor in case Evaldi does get wrecked. We can get our 5. You know, and if KC doesn't get there, meaning get their own 5, we won't need the 10 runs. I don't like to chase double digits when I don't need to anyway. So I was a little surprised with the pricing because I had to double juice the model. You know what I mean? Like normally those inflated, like weather inflated totals come, you know, with all the goodies, meaning like minus plus over 5.5 plus 105. That's what I was expecting. Yeah. All right, just a second here. My throat's on fire. Yep. All right, next up, Grant Holmes going for the Bravos. Very heavy, minus 162 favorites on the road against Eric Fettiwap and the Pale Hose down on the wrong side of the tracks in Chicago. I guess Holmes has been pitching better as of late, but do you trust him to beat up on a White Sox offense, which is just one of the most fun, if not the most fun team to back? The ERA is decent for Holmes, but the whip is crap because he walks too many batters and falls behind, plus gives up barrels and gets hit hard. I'm worried that he gets destroyed against the White Sox. Again, he's been a little bit better as of late. Do you trust Fetty at all? I don't think I do. Fetty's been really bad. I think both of these teams have hit also. Maybe we're getting like an over or nothing. A little bit surprised. You know what it is? It's probably the bullpens. The totals are also at 5 and 9. 8.5, maybe I could have got there. It's actually a juiced 09, so we're on our way to 9.5 in this one, which I definitely don't love. So if you like the over, I think you got to hit it now. Let's check the team totals really quick. I'm curious what kind of respect the White Sox are getting. This game, the Braves are 5.5 plus 115. White Sox are 3.5 minus 135. Oh, I had the orange box there. See, I've got them for just shy of 4, but that's because the Braves bullpen is so good. I'm going to end up fading this one. If I had to show pick it, the show pick is White Sox first 5 team total. I feel like I can safely assume it's going to be 1.5, right? If there's a 3.5 total, it's a 1.5 F5. It might be juice, though. That's always the case with those fucking plays. That's kind of why I hate doing that shit. Trent asking about the home runs. Yeah, dude, when I really quickly, again, big nose incoming. So, not to say I wasn't taking them seriously before, but when the emojis on the hitters were total bases, I was very clear with people. You can't bet all these things. They're at crazy plus money. They make for a fun lotto parlay. I get it. They were more of a DFS thing, right? It was more of if a guy had the total base, the blast, they were a pop for total bases. And again, some of those were plus 160. You could take a whirl. If they were in the minus money, you didn't want it. They were all really strong for base hits. Those are generally juiced and hard to play. Since we made the move this season to hit run ribby, right? And I explained how you have to adjust the math. It's based on more on the team totals to allow for the plate appearances. You look to be on the road and the guys in the top third of the order or whatever. Not only have those been really successful, that's where there's fewer of them. I have been acting on them. Right, we've been betting them, and I really want to make sure that they're not looked past, meaning The total base stuff, I was fine. It was very formulaic. I would just do a manual check afterwards to make sure that nothing crazy was out there. But I knew, right, all the parameters were set. The computer kind of doesn't work. So when pitcher has this, hitter has this, whatever. And they were good, but those bets are fucking hard to hit. Like, look at the pricing. They're plus 140. They're hard to hit. You're not going to hit them often. And when you chase a lot of them, you have to have a really good plan. And if you're also trying to straight bet, it becomes very difficult to balance a responsible plan. Again, everything that I mentioned, these are all real advice, right? There's people, I like this, I lean this, I do this. It can't be like that, right? Round here, right? We get in when we finish. I tie units to percentage of stack. If you're down 100 units, you're out of business. You put your shit in a fucking bandana, tie it to a stick, and look for a spot to sleep under the goddamn fucking freeway. You know what I mean? We don't do that, right? That's why, if you notice, I have half unit bets. I don't, and there's another trading overlap, that's where I learned that this shit costs. People pay for this in consultation anyway. You build your daily risk between like 3 and 5% max. So that's 3 to 5 units. Work that backwards. Divvied up however you want. And that's when people are like, oh, you can't parlay. You can't parlay. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? The only thing that matters is the daily. The daily is what matters, because the daily is directly connected to the road to ruin. Again, this is like really expensive shit, to be honest. So that's the thing we need to avoid, right? You need to stay in the game. Why am I still doing what I'm doing? Because I don't sleep on the freeway. I sleep in a cushy fucking memory foam bed with a smoking hot wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I prefer to sleep. Chilling on the freeway can be fun when you're younger, depending on what you're into smoking. Anyway, so road to ruin, tie a unit to the stack, then work backwards. That way, if you're like a single play straight better, this is advice, again, that resonates, right? That works for everybody. If you're a single play straight better and you bet 3% and you fucking lose, you're out. If I bet 5 million fucking split parlays and team totals and total bases, and I lose everything, I'm out. We're in the same fucking spot we both were, right? The risk is, in essence, is the same. I prefer all the split methods because it allows you to play closer to even. I'm what they call a vagina. I like to play close to even and try and stack. And I think what we've been doing with the program and the model, with the show, the analysis and the ranks and the model has been, manifesting in the ROI right now. Again, we just went live. How long are we live? A week or two? We're up 8% Just kind of grinding. We haven't had a monster day. We haven't hit a monster parlay. We hit the monster parlay in the last combine. That's why that was an 11-unit fucking week. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I think when you're responsible and building ways to progressive gains, I think that's probably the best way to build a ticket. Similar to trading, you'd have some exposure to very volatile vehicles, right? Things that could fucking pop for you. And then a couple of blue chippers. You're hoping to build, ride up on the blue chips. I have Walmart and Costco and shit like that. And then you have fucking, ass coins, whatever. All right. So it's just an absolute shit ton of, this is not financial advice, right? It's a shit ton of not financial advice, but whatever. I promise you listen around here long enough, you get a little bit smarter. So I did what I said I wasn't going to do and spin off the rails and make the show go long. Let me put that White Sox team total, and maybe we can just blow through, or maybe I could just say F it to the stupid time limits on YouTube. Who cares, right? Next up, Colin Rea on the bump for the Baby Bears. They're on the road. Oh. Where's the emoji? There it is. It's hot with the wind blowing. This is the triple, quadruple, secret emoji combination, everybody. Oh, we're actually missing the bullpen. Too bad, right? It's hot with the wind blowing out at 90 degrees in Colorado. Oh, my God. And Tomoyuki Sagano is on the bump. Holy crap. The line is 12.5. We're over 47. Now, I would be shocked. We're going to just skip all the analysis. I like Rayo. Who cares? I love Kyle Harrison. Look what happened to him in the fucking joke ballpark yesterday. Again, you got to the pinball parks. Don't kill yourself with pitching analysis. Right? That's why, even though I doubted the wind, I didn't go after it. I was skeptical. Okay, here's where I'm ranting and raving. This is like the perfect opportunity for parlay sites. I use drafters.com. They don't pay me. Maybe they should. A lot of my guys at the Source Network use Prize Picks. They don't pay me. Maybe they should. And I could speak for drafters and why I like them. So the menu is limited, but the pricing is fixed. So in these, and they allow you to play 2 players from the same team and 2 players, another 2 players in the same game. So 2 teammates on each side of a game gets you a 10 pop, times 10 no matter what. And I think, I don't have the time to ever fucking do this. I think if you went and found these numbers, right, you could find these prices on real books, right, real sports books. I don't think you're going to get a 10 pop. So if anybody would love to do this, I would love to fucking see it myself. Drafters.com, Pick'em. They have a Pick'em lobby like Underdog. But the thing with Underdog and Prize Picks, again, they don't pay me. Maybe they should. They'll do a 0.6 times payout, right? If anybody's done this shit, they know what it means, which is the equivalent of paying juice, right? You're not getting a full pay. But here, the pricing is standardized. So here again, me and my big fucking mouth. Anyway, let me just say, actually, one thing I did. I don't want to do pitching analysis, but like, let's just see if we're looking for a crazy split. Again, I didn't do any hitter stuff. I didn't see anything. Sagano is getting destroyed by lefties. He's fucked today. So fucked today. That's crazy. Now, like, Ray has been okay, but he's gotten kind of hit by lefties also. Shit, I just realized I have your the whip and BABIP numbers were flipped. Sorry about that. Watch this. Something happened with my import yesterday. But just like that, everything's fixed in real time. So, listen, if anyone ever catches numbers out of whack, first of all, that's usually what it is. It's usually some column import swap. But yeah, you always hit me up. You're not a problem. You're a fucking priority. So yeah, Rhea, maybe some issues against lefties also. More of a ground ball guy. Generally worry about that. Less accepting cores where you get the BABIP and the heat. So I don't know. All these guys are screwed. Okay, so back to the board here. And this is my point. So I'm going to just read off some plays. Cubs hitters. Dansby Swanson, run and a single. Ballesteros, 2 bases and a run. Or a run. I mean, one or the other. Bregman, 2 total bases. Happ, 2 bases or a single. Bush, 2 total bases. Horner, 2 total bases. Suzuki, 2 total bases. Look me in my fat fucking face and tell me 2 of those are not... Two of the main Cubs are not getting 2 total bases in a game that they have. Let's get a number on their team total here. I know I'm going on longer about this game than I wanted to, but this is like a principle play, right? This is when you see these games, Cubs have a 6.5 minus 115. So they're over 52% chance to score fucking 7 runs today. How are you going to get there without 2 total bases from half your damn lineup? I don't know. Shit, yo. It's funny. I'm like, do this. However, I haven't had success with it. I forget. I don't get to this shit. I run out of time. I'm over my skis doing everything that I have to do. So I didn't mention Armstrong. I did mention Bush. I did mention Happ. I did mention Ballesteros. 2 of those 3 lefties, I think, are getting 2 total bases. But because of the 10-fold, I think there are round-robin possibilities, with all of these. Flip side, let's look at Rockies. McCarthy, a run or 2 total bases. McCarthy's going to lead off today. He can be part of this to score a run. Rumfield, 2 bases. Freeman, 2 bases. Goodman, 2 bases. See, and all those guys or a run scored. So you can see that was it. The menu is limited. But I'd say, you're McCarthy to score a run and Goodman 2 total bases with, Ian Happ and Moises Ballesteros. It could be like and round robining those guys feels like the quickest and easiest way to profit on these wild circus games rather than need 13 runs. You're going to fucking dig me 45 hits and you not get 13 runs. You have 30 hits and not get to 13 runs. With like every single guy hit that. You're going to round robin all of them. Hit every single fucking one of them. Hit like a 50 pop, on this one stupid idea. So hopefully I lit a brush fire for somebody. Let's fucking move it on. I'm running out of time here if I want to get in the hour. My boy Kaiwi Tang on the bump for the Stros, minus 125 against Walbert Urania. To me, this is a smash with Hader back in the pen for the Stros. They're a good team. Angels have been falling apart. And I think Tang, Orange Tang, yum. Let's call him the astronaut. Kiwi Orange Tang, just doesn't get the respect he should. Now, people complain about the walks, but the ball rate is fine. He's going to be fine. 30 CSW, winning in zone, keeping it down. He's been good. Urania's the guy that I was worried about because he's legit has the bad control, 40% ball rate. He has really poor stuff plus, forcing, and it reminds me of fucking Soriano. He does get his ground balls, and that's been his saving grace. But the bullpen, I think we have the big edge also. The Angels have a low ERA, but that's not good enough. Their bullpen is ass. So I've got Astros, for a clean win. Yeah, my nose is starting to itch. Doesn't that mean it's the truth? Is that like a Brooklyn thing? I remember hearing that growing up. So okay, give me the Astros to win minus 125. Astros not getting the love that they should right now. I saw the comments actually slowed up, and I worried that we got kicked off. If I see the view count go to 0, I'll know that I got kicked off. I think I'm going to do what I did yesterday. If that happens and I get kicked off, I'm going to finish the live stream and not get upset and throw a hissy fit. Then I immediately re-rack the video because, whatever it is. Okay, I'm going over it. That's right. In case anyone was wondering, I live stream. As I'm talking and running my big mouth, I mentioned it during the show. I was like, 0 viewers? That's strange. I'm not popular, but it's normally not 0. Yeah, thanks, Jam. We're still here. Yo, we still fucking here, yo. We still fucking here. Move me. Yeah, well, they did. They were like, boop. But check this out. This is crazy. They pull down the stream. It obviously comes down. I started pissing and moaning like a baby because I didn't understand once I figured out what was happening. I finished the video. You can contest. You can appeal, right, the decision. This is now the 3rd time this has happened. All 3 times, they have like an automated initial check. And it has gotten reversed. The appeal has gotten approved, right? So their decision reversed all 3 times in under fucking 5 minutes. If the AI automated screener is passing this, why is it failing in the first place? I'm starting to worry somebody's reporting the show. I'm not 100% sure. Mega Labs, are football pods in the same channel? Yes. Under the video tab, I'm starting to stick the football ones under the fantasy football playlist. I'm not very good at YouTube. I'm getting a little bit better though. But yes, under videos, because I'm trying not to stream those live. I'm trying to balance the channel. The live stream is the baseball stuff, where the videos I have, dude, there's got to be a half a dozen best ball streams. I have a couple of round by round things, and it shows off some of the tools if you haven't signed up here. I appreciate that. Adam, what's up with Vegas and Home Run Derby? It's a joke park. That's what it is. Yeah, James said, I figured, dude, respect, bro. He says, I figured DK or MGM had your channel struck down. I don't know, could be. Honestly. And I don't want to be conspiratorial. And I asked our good friend Kyle, who's a YouTube goat, has a legit bona fide popular channel. He doesn't think it's a report, someone reporting me, but YouTube won't answer me, so I don't know. YouTube won't answer my complaints. Again, I just want to not do the thing that I'm doing. I thought it was the Substack link. They said it was a betting thing. I removed the word betting. I don't have the word betting in any of the descriptions or the title, right? Game by game board breakdown. They said you can't. Oh, I was wondering. I don't want to blame you guys. Someone told me that it could be the comment section. Part of the betting rules is you can't guarantee wins. So I don't know. You're not allowed to put guarantee. Actually, I'm the type, we should try and crash the fucking system. Let me get to the light. You know what? We should do that one day. Don't do it right now. Let me finish. One day, and we'll get to the very, very end. And then I want everybody to just spam the fucking chat with, like, we guarantee fucking locks. We are, you know, I wonder if they have voice chat. Anyway, whatever. We got to get the fuck out of here. Yo, damn. I got to get fucking moving. But, you know, no one quite doing it like us. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we drop some knowledge that resonates. That shit matters. I know no one's going to listen to today's game breakdowns tomorrow, but I'm trying to build a show that people want to listen to every day, even if they're maybe not betting, because we're talking about the game, right? And we're talking about betting. We're talking about execution. We're talking about life and, you know, value and shit like that. Next up, C. Montgomery. Dude, throw it on the fucking pile. Chase Burns is minus 122 against the fucking Padres and Giolito. Who sucks, bro? What is going on? Yo, I think, oh my gosh. Again, we're going over the hour, so let's just have fun. It happened. It just happened. It dawned on me. Last year, if you remember, we had the epiphany moment when it was home away splits. We're answering all, I don't want to say they're driving, no, I'm not trying to say they're driving lines or anything. They were the answer to all of our questions, right? Whenever we were like, yo, what the hell is going on here? The answer was found in the home road splits on the pitcher side. This year, it feels like bullpens are driving or at least answering the questions. They're answering my questions. Because now this is just way too often. And immediately it's the only thing I could think of. It's the only answer I got. Reds versus Padres, because I put up the offensive stuff. The Padres offense is you're despicable. It's despicable. It's despicable. It's fucking terrible. No doubt shit. Chase Burns, legit ace, SP1 Cy Young quality pitcher. Lucas Giolito, nearly 5 ERA, 1 3/4 whip. Sierra at 6.5. He has a negative KBB. Now, I'm not looking at the F5. I'm going to check now. Maybe that number is just wild. You know, maybe it's crazy town. My bookie actually doesn't have it up. MGM does have Burns listed. Holy shit, and it is. Wow, that's incredible. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. So I kind of have to take back a little what I said. But not really. Chase Burns is minus 170 at 5. And it's minus 125 full game. You got to just suck up the Reds bullpen at that point. You have to hope Burns goes 6 or 7 and, you know, you're clean or you have put enough of a cushion on it. Because the Padres bullpen is freaking good. Holy hell. That's crazy. The run line, the Reds run line is minus 115, but I don't like to pay negative price to have to cover the run. You start under the gun. I'd rather get the cushion. So I'm going to put Reds for the win. Wow, that's wild. And I wonder if that's the next phase, right? The Empire striking back in our little Star War going on here. That they're going to start hammering us on the F5 money lines. That disparity that we spoke about for so long. Oh, fuck me and my big mouth, yo. Fuck. Wow. That sucks. Man, that really sucks. Yeah, so I mean, that's it right there. It's what you think of the pricing. If you pay minus 170, you pay to minus 170. I've got Reds model for the win. I've got them under 3.5. I have Cincinnati over 4. I've got all the model kind of parameters or checkpoints that I'm generally looking for, you know, for a play. I'm not going to be fucking scared off, especially I think the Reds offense is pretty good. Oh, James interesting comment. Yo, USMC, what's going on, man? We salute you, kid. Yeah, and again, wouldn't blame you, but we just, you know, we do what we do and try and get better. If we found out that that's it, I'll make sure to mention not to do that. I don't even know how the reporting process goes. Somebody might have reported us. TV Jones, Mr. Thighs himself, the Thigh Master, mentioned riding Garrett Cole's meat and taking him for the Cy Young. Oh my goodness. I guess that's the next AI image that we need. Yeah, James says can't get plus money in the F5 run line for the Reds either. Yeah, whack. Yeah, then you got to leave that. Just pay for the win, or don't do it. You know what I mean? Don't do it. I actually think. Damn, I don't want to keep going and going and going, but fuck it. We're already in too deep. In too deep, and it is what it is. We've been talking a lot about blend betting, right? When you have a juice situation, trying to work in a piece of the other one, right? An underdog in football, you put a bunch on the points, the plus points, but you also take a little bitch on the money line to win. In baseball, you put the main chunk on the minus 140 with a little bit on the run line cover. Jam, that's really sharp. That's not what I was thinking, but that's also fucking sharp. Do you have a number on that? Jam says Burns to record a win. That's really sharp, right? That's a kind of another sharp take. I was thinking about like an alt total. Now, I've had people talk to me about these, and it's an interesting look. There are a lot. I mean, go look every day how many games have a 3, 4, 5 run spread. So Burns plus 105 to record a win. I mean, dude, you got me. You're right. You win. Take a fucking take. You deserve it. Take it back. And the reason is simple. If you're going to pay minus 125 for the Reds money line, right? Knowing it's based on the price because it's so heavily slanted towards Burns, because we all know how bad the Reds bullpen is. Unless you're expecting them to win it late, then I think you take the money. You take the odds. Yes, there's a world where it's tied, when the Reds win without him getting the win, but that's baked into the price. So that is plus money. I like that. I think that's sharp. I would like to see like I was thinking more along the lines of that's a good replacement for the bet, right? That's a good 1v1, 100%. I was thinking more along the lines of like the add-on would be, and you could do this also, replace the money line with the Burns win, and then look for like Reds to win by 3 or fucking 4. They could kill Giolito. Everybody there is no world that when I see you tomorrow, I say, oh, could you believe the Reds beat the Padres 6-1? Burns beat Giolito. Of course, that's fucking realistic. And I had somebody put that in my mind about these games like a ladder, basically. And I have never really done it, but it's something to think about. Again, I don't have the bandwidth. I'm over my skis with all the work plus football and customer service and trying to keep everything up to date and fresh. And now we're winning too, so I want to make sure that I have a process that's working, and I want to fucking stay on it. Next up, gotta hit this one too. Andrew Alvarez, he's nasty, on the bump for our Nacionals. They're on the road against Adrian Hauser and the fucking Giants. I don't get it. This one, I think you're either going over if you're not buying my bullshit, or you're following me. I think I'm going to take the Nats F5. I thought Alvarez's stuff under the hood was a little bit better. The command and control was a little bit worrisome. Man, I wonder if I watched him pitch. Okay, no, so it's a recency thing. Hold on, let me just check let me go to the game log. Once I kind of catch myself full of shit, being wrong with biases or whatever, misquotes, I want to make sure I get it right. So I am correct. He's been awesome lately. So this is Andrew Alvarez, the youngster for the Nationals, 26-year-old lefty. The last 30 days, he's been excellent. Sub-1 ERA, 107 whip, 2.6 SIERA, 22 KBB, marking all the boxes. The overall stuff, I mean, the ball rate is a little concerning, but he's only walked multiple hitters once, and it was 2 batters through 3 innings. Both times he's gone 4 or more, he only walked 1. He struck out 5 batters. 4 of the 5 times he's gone at least 3 innings. And if I'm not mistaken, the under the hood stuff on StatCast, right? The pitch diagnostics, not my hood, was really strong. Okay, it is. This is what I remember seeing. So Alvarez goes slider first, which we love. It's a really good pitch, gets a ton of whiffs. Then he goes behind it with a curveball, so it's not just pitching backwards. He goes secondary. And those are his 2 feature pitches, and they're both really good. And then he'll go with the 4-seamer that is really, it looks like he's trying to get away from it. I wouldn't be surprised if you end up seeing him more throwing sinkers. But then he has a change that he gets a ton of whiffs on. Also, he'll use that for right. He's a lefty. Now, we've been on the Giants' offense a little bit as of late. And I guess they've hit lefties a little bit. But it's not like it's great, especially if the Alvarez stuff I'm mentioning plays out, where if they're going to swing and miss, not take walks and chase, and not hit the ball hard or pull it, I think we could have an advantage here. Though, Giants certainly on an upswing. Nats' offense has just been really good. If not mistaken, did they not score yesterday? We love them. Right, we love really good offenses in the buy low spot. They actually scratched their way to 4 anyway, though the Giants made 2 errors, which might have had something to do with it. So I like the Nats at 5 because I think Hauser is ass. 5.50 ERA, 1.6 whip, not a single indicator at 5 or below 5, 6 KBB, 7 swing and strike. Yeah, I'm not buying the Hauser thing. Fuck him. Washington bullpen has been terrible. Giants bullpen has been fucking terrible. Though Alvarez is not going to get us distance. And in that case, Hauser is the pitcher in this game that can go 6 innings. I don't think Alvarez is going to give us 6. If he does, he's like a huge wheels up fantasy pick. I added him just to have him because he was cheap in deeper leagues. But no, I want to take the plus money. I feel very comfortable betting on Washington this year. That's been like our team. Though, you know what? As I say it again, maybe the team total, but it's minus 145. So those are the 2 plays I'm writing down. I'm going to have to meditate on it. I think they both hit. So it's Nats team total minus 145 or Nats first 5 plus 105. Last game, and let's get the fuck out of here, yo. Please support good people doing good work. I'm hustling my ass off. The employer-employee relationship is broken. You for $2 a week, you literally support us. You know what I'm saying? Help me keep the fucking lights on and shit. Whereas, and I don't want to knock the place I work, but I don't see that fucking money. And they'll get rid of me, which is the worst. Well, I've had this happen before. People subscribe for my work, and I get fucking bounced. I'd rather I'm trying to become ungovernable, right? Unfireable. We're almost there, so let's keep fucking pushing. If money is the barrier, and you think, like, I can make money with this, I'll give you a free month. I give you a month on the arm, as we say around here in Brooklyn. I give you a month on the arm. Make you fucking $8, sign up for the month, next month, and then fucking go. Jam says old spreads are money in CFB and NFL. Yeah, agree. That's another one too. Especially with underdogs. If you have it's funny. You could have an underdog to win, and sometimes, dude, there's people in here that are really gonna love the football work when we get. Dude, we need super. I appreciate that. It's coming soon. I'm not monetized yet. Whatever. If people want to give, I accept. I have a hard time taking. I like to give. I've done a lot of shitty things in my life when I was younger. I'm trying to make up for it. I'm not trying to. I'm hustling, but I'm not trying to hustle you. You know what I mean? The little differences. My hustling, I wanted to manifest, but if you want to reach in the pockets and hit me with a fuzzle, I'll be okay with that. I'm going to get it approved soon enough. What was I saying? Yeah, the alt spreads. Sometimes there's people here that are going to love our NFL work when we get into the betting. Especially when you like an underdog, you could take an underdog to cover, and a lot of times they're like, the underdog cover prices are really mispriced. People must not bet them. Right, like you'll like a team to win. Well, if you like them to win, you have to like them to win by points. Right, you have to win. You win by scoring more points than the other team. So it shouldn't be crazy that you win by, that you win by 3, or you win by 6, or you win by 7. That's what teams win by. Hold on, Jamie and Best underdog. We'll get that in a minute. The last one, again, don't even bother, people. Let me just check if Drafters is listing this fucking back game. Expect more of the same. Don't back the pitching. They do. Holy crap. Nick Kurtz, 2 total bases. Geloff, 2 hit run ribby. Oh, I like that. Or Soderstrom to score a run. You can get Terang 2 bases. Yelich or Contreras 2 bases. So now, then you can. Oh, okay, please, I'm begging somebody do this with me today. Please, I'm begging you. Do this with me today. Let this be the day, right? Let this fucking be the day. These sick fucks and drafters. Remember what I said about the Colorado game? Hot, windy, fucking wind-blowing joke park. Same thing back end, Milwaukee Athletics. If they're allowing you to pair 2s and 2s, but in multiple games. If you hit the 8 spot, it's 100 pack. 100 fold. Bitch. Bitch. So, bet your ass. Like, I should fucking do this now, right? So I don't forget. We're already over the hour. But I'm just going to give you an idea. I'm going to put $1 on something just so I don't fucking forget. Give you an idea what this looks like. Ian Happ and Michael Busch get 2 bases in their game that has a total over fucking whatever, 12. Jake McCarthy gets 2 bases. Hunter Goodman gets 2 bases. And then we all the way down to that last one. And I know I like Kurtz. We like Geloff. And how about Terang and Contreras? I mean, in these totals, that's just like, to me, that's patently insane that you can get 100 to 1 on that. I almost feel like there's 0% chance that'd be the case if you go put that on a real book. All right, so that'll do it. You know, somebody asked me about to run down picks, and then we just got a question on the biggest underdog. I don't have a lot of big underdogs, but we do have a few. So run it down from the top. Seattle, first half. Pitt full game. Boston full game. Twinks first half. Miami full game. Yankees full game. Phillies full game. Again, it's technically a lot of favorites, but they're all minus 130 or within. St. Louis F5. I think Texas gets to the team total. White Sox get to their team total. Washington gets to their team total. Maybe I like all 3 of those to get to like 3. Like, you know, that's all down or wrong. I think Houston wins. I think the Reds win. I got a lot of winners and stuff today at what I think are palatable prices. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yo, I'm sorry for running on so long. Just appreciate all the support. It's freaking awesome, man. Means the world to me. Press the cartoon finger button because it matters more than it should. Remember, the football content hot and heavy. Holler if you remember this one, yo. So, drafts are up, ranks are up, uploadable stuff is up, plus a lot of great stats. And if you're into betting, check out again, just the sample stuff. You don't have to pay first. Check out the differential sample on the Substack pins thing. I think it's in the emails too. That info on its own is worth fucking $2 a week. And like, if you bet on football, where are you getting that for cheaper? Where are you getting that at all? And then where are you getting it for cheaper? With, again, we're gonna have everything. Player projections, optimal 150 is gonna be fucking dope. So appreciate everybody out there for supporting the work, yo. Picking up what I'm putting down. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the day. When you're done with the book, enjoy the pay. Got caught up reading the comments. Thanks so much, USMC, man. You know, the support here feels very real. And I see people talk to each other online and in the chat and stuff, and I love seeing people kind of, you know, hash it out. We're actually built, right? That's what building something looks like. So, Taco fucking Tuesday, yo. Surprised we didn't get kicked off. Just remember, when you work this freaking hard, winning feels a lot less like luck, yo.